Hi students, this is Miss Anderson, and in this video I'm going to explain and walk you through writing your persuasive essay. Although we started the essay in class, I'm going to start from the beginning to make sure that everything is covered, okay? I would like you to watch the video and then finish writing your paper. And so once you finish writing your paper, bring it in on Wednesday when you come back to school. So first of all, remember that an essay falls under the expository genre of literature. Expository. An essay is a piece of writing that can take many forms. So one of the forms that we will be writing about is persuasive. And persuasion is trying to convince someone by using an argument. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to use an argument to try to persuade our audience. Okay, so remember, when we write an essay, we use the writing process. The writing process has 5 steps. The first step is to brainstorm your topic and ideas, and this step is called the pre-writing because you are writing down your ideas before you actually write down your essay. In pre-writing, you want to answer the questions of what your topic is about, who will be your audience, what will be your purpose for writing, and what will be your product. So as you can see, we agreed that our topic for this essay would be, should girls be allowed to play on boys' sports teams? Our audience for this essay will be teachers. Our purpose is going to be to persuade and convince our audience, and then our product is going to be in the form of an essay. Okay, now that you know what you're going to write about, it's now time to brainstorm ideas about your topic. So as you can see from the graphic organizer here, you start by putting your essay topic and title in the middle circle. Our title is, should girls be allowed to play on boys' sports teams? Our first idea in the square at the top left was, it's only fair that girls should play the same as boys. Once we develop an idea, we also need to give 3 reasons. And as you can see on the lines, our 3 reasons that it's only fair that girls play the same as boys are, it's the law. Remember when we read in the textbook about Title IX, and it said it's the law now that girls be able to play on the same team as boys. And our second, it's the law. Sports teams must be equal, and boys can also play on girls' sports teams. I don't know that they would, but they can if they want to. Our second idea is girls can play just as good as boys. Our reasons are, in sports like basketballs, girls can play just as good, if not better, than the boys. And we have an example when we watched the video with Monet Davis, the little girl baseball pitcher that took her team to the Little League World Series with her great fastball. So she demonstrated that girls can be just as good as boys girls can play just as good as boys on boys' sports team. And then our third idea was girls may be stronger than boys. Reasons are, girls can keep up with boys, girls have more energy, and girls sometimes play better than boys. So now we have our ideas down. So next we need to move on to the next step in our writing, and that's step 2, which is drafting. Drafting means that we start forming sentences based on the ideas that we just wrote. Okay. Our graphic organizer next page helps us make sentences by giving us sentence starters. A sentence starter is where we help you get your sentences started by adding a few words there. So keep in mind that our essay will have 5 paragraphs, which is an introductory paragraph, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion paragraph. So what I would like you to do is pause the video and finish drafting your essay using the graphic organizer. Now, it's a bit light, I know, but do the best that you can, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, and this page right here is the introductory paragraph and the first body paragraph. I'll go ahead and read it for you, just so you can make sure you have the words correctly. So, the introductory paragraph is, are girls the same as boys? Question mark. My name is Kareem, and this essay is about, should girls play the same sports as boys? I believe that girls should be able to play the same as boys. There are many reasons why girls should be able to play the same sports as boys. Some of the reasons why are girls may be stronger than boys, and girls may be just as good as boys, and it's only fair that girls play the same as boys. Okay, that's our first introductory paragraph. Our first body paragraph says, foremost, it's only fair that girls should play the same as boys. For example, girls can sometimes play as good or better than boys. Also, it is unfair for girls not to be able to play with boys. Sometimes girls have more energy than boys. It's also only fair that boys also play on girls' teams. So that's our first body paragraph. Okay, so this is our third and fourth paragraphs, which is going to be our second body paragraph and our third body paragraph. So I will go ahead and read it for you just to help you out, because I know the page is light, it's very light. It's not as dark as it needs to be. So body paragraph 2. Furthermore, girls can play just as good as boys. For example, a video featuring Monet Davis, who is a girl baseball player, can pitch a fastball just as good and better than the boys on the other teams. There is also some girls that can play basketball just as good as boys. And then we have body paragraph 3, which says, moreover, girls may be stronger than boys. For example, in the sport of tennis, girls may be stronger than boys. In swimming, girls may also be stronger than boys. There are many sports where girls can be stronger than boys. So those are our two body paragraphs. Okay, and this is our last paragraph, which is our conclusion paragraph. And it states that, in conclusion, the reasons why I feel girls should play the same sports as boys are, it's only fair that girls be able to play the same sports as boys. Girls can also play just as good as boys, and sometimes girls may be stronger than boys. And then your last line is going to say, ultimately, it should be up to the girl to be able to play whatever sport she chooses. Okay? And that ends your drafting of your essay. Yay! Okay, now this is just some reminders for when you move to the next step in the writing process, which is step 3, and that's called revising. Revising is where you are going to rewrite your essay onto or into your composition book. So just remember that an essay has 5 paragraphs, and we just drafted our 5 paragraphs. It also contains 5 sentences, so at least 5 sentences. So each of your paragraphs should have at least 5 sentences. Now remember, each paragraph that you write is going to be indented. Indented means we start the first word of the first line in the paragraph 5 spaces over to the right. And you'll see that once we move to the next slide and you see my essay. Remember to skip a line in between each paragraph, and then always check to make sure that your work makes sense and there are no misspelled words and your grammar, all of that looks good, okay? So we're going to now move into rewriting step 3 of the writing process. Okay, so you finished drafting your essay, and now you are at step 3 of the writing process, which is revising. This is where you will rewrite your essay into your composition book. And if you look at my example, you will see that I have revised and edited, which is step 4, the draft. essay in order to make sure that it sounds good. So when you're writing your sentences down from your graphic organizer, you want to make sure that you write your sentences in a way that makes sense. So you may have to revise some sentences, because if you read this page and you go back and you read your draft, you will see that I revised some of the sentences so that they made sense. I also edited step 4 of the writing process. I also edited the sentences as well. Editing means that you are going to make sure that you check your spelling, your capitalization, make sure you have punctuation. You're going to make sure you indent between each paragraph. You're going to make sure that everything looks good on your essay, okay? So that is step 4. It's called editing. So right now, go ahead and pause the video, and you're going to rewrite the essay, and it's going to look exactly like this one, okay? This is the first page. You see the name at the top, that all headings should look like that. Then you see the title, and if you look, is a line being skipped. You skip a line. Then we start with our first paragraph, which is our introductory paragraph. We see that the first line is indented. The R girls starts 5 spaces over to the right. Then we want to make sure that our writing stays in between those 2 red lines in your composition book. If you look in your composition book, you have a red line over to the left and you have a red line over to the right. Those are there to make sure that you stay within those lines so that your writing looks neat and organized, okay? Then down at the bottom, you see we started our second paragraph, okay? And we didn't finish it on this page, and so it's going to show on the next page, okay? Okay, as we can see at the top of the page, we don't need to indent that first line because we're still in our second paragraph. So we're finishing up our second paragraph. Our third paragraph, we skip a line and then we indent. It starts with furthermore. That's our third paragraph. Then we move on to our fourth paragraph where we skip another line and then we indent the first word, which is girls. So that is our third and fourth paragraphs, okay? Okay, and now we have our fifth and last paragraph. It's indented, as you can see, and it starts out with in conclusion. So this is our last paragraph of our essay. So you want to make sure, now remember guys, it's very common to rewrite your essay 2 and maybe 3 times. So don't get frustrated if you have to rewrite it a second or third time, okay? But just make sure that your writing looks just like mine, okay? Okay, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Yay, you did it. Woohoo! All right, now after you finish writing your essay and it looks good, you are now ready for the last step in the writing process, and that's to publish it. Step 5. Publishing just simply means you turn it in for a grade or you submit it to an editor if you were an author. Publish it means it's now ready for people to read and enjoy. So what I want you to do is your publishing that you're going to do, you're going to read your essay to a family member so that you can get their opinion and their feedback on your writing, okay? Now, it's always okay to go back and make changes and rewrite in order to improve your essay. And it's very common, guys, to rewrite an essay 3, 4 times. I don't want you to do that, but if you find that you need to make changes in your writing to make it better, that's exactly what you want to do. So you want to rewrite it so that you can make it better, okay? All right. If you have any questions, please post those questions in Edmodo, and I'll be checking. And also, if you would, once you finish watching this video, please go ahead and post a reply in Edmodo just to let me know that you have watched it, okay? All right. It's been fun, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.